Get off your knees, girl. Stand face to face with your God and follow what you are. Hello, my name is Human, and I come from the stars. I'm ready for war, but I'm ready for more. I know that nobody has ever fucked it up. You need some time to think it over. Figure it out or don't figure it out. I figured it out. The bigger the river, the bigger the drought. Get up off your knees, boy. Stand face to face with your God. Find out what you are. Oh, my name is Human. Hello, my name is Human, and I came down from the stars. Oh, my name is Human. Hello, my name is Human. Hello, my name is Human. Hey. Oh, right. Right screen. There we go. Da-da-da. Morning to you. First thing I want to start with. We got flashbang babies before we got GTA 6. We got flashbanging babies. We got GTA 6. Little guy was flashbanged in an instant. Ah, can't see. Flashbanging babies before we got GTA 6. That's jacked up. What are you doing, cereal prices? Chilling? Yeah, it's pretty much around chill time for the next couple hours. Sometimes I do this. I'll save things to here instead of adding it to my recipes collection. But these are really good, though. I've never actually had them, but they look really good. And everybody says for some reason when you bread them, they taste like chicken. And it's like I need to try it. But I'm way too poor to buy these things. These enoki mushrooms aren't cheap. They're not like... As a matter of fact, portobellos are becoming more expensive. And that used to be the second cheapest mushroom there was. And you could essentially buy 50 pounds of them for 35 cents. But now all of a sudden, all these hipsters and these rich people are like, oh my God, mushrooms aren't as bad as we claimed for the last 40, 50 years. Let's put them in everything. Let's bread them. Let's deep fry them. Oh my God, mushrooms are so good. While the rest of us have been eating mushrooms since we were children. And our parents were children. Our grandparents were children. And their parents were children. But all of a sudden, these hipster fucking people found a way to charge $50 a single mushroom. And now all of a sudden, everybody's fucking making mushrooms like it's something to do. Like, y'all need to stay in your lane. Like, leave the stuff that poor people create to poor people. Stop turning it into some hipster bullshit that you guys can capitalize on. Because you literally, rich people ruin everything good. They ruin everything good. And I actually saved this because I'm going to start making pasta like this. Pretty easy. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Well, dough ball, and you flatten it out. Keep flattening it out, and you get it real super thin. You want it to be super thin, like damn near a sheet of paper thin, like that. And I'd recommend, if you have troubles using a standardized rolling pin, the one with the two handles and it actually rolls, try a French rolling pin. There's no handles. It's just one semi-cylindrical piece of wood. You just lay down and you just kind of like do this. Just roll it like this. You don't actually, like the other one, you kind of like do this number and you can do that number. With a French rolling pin, you can wrap your hands around the handle, the ends of their seemingly handles, but my trick is to, as I roll out, I keep rolling. Just roll it down my fingertips and keep rolling. And I can get a more thorough roll that way because I don't feel like I have to pull it back and then roll again, pull it back, roll again, because my hands are kind of locked into this position and my wrists and arms are all of the rolling action. Whereas a French rolling pin, it's all of it. You use your whole arm and your hand and your fingers. You're rolling it, rolling it, rolling it. It's I mean I can roll forward or backward with it, but you feel a lot more comfortable if you keep rolling forward out. Keep rolling out, turn your sheet around and roll it back out. Or your board or whatever. But I prefer my French rolling pin over my standard rolling pin only because of that. I can get a full fluid motion into it, and my rolls feel more thorough. That's why I have both. I have both because I've tried to use, I've used both. I just prefer my French pen better. The French pen is a lot. I have a lot more control over my French pen than my standard pen. Let's go. It's time to abolish property taxes. Oh, I saved this yesterday, but then I ran into something else this morning. It was talking about property taxes. Cool and all, we're abolishing property taxes, income taxes, and all these other BS taxes. But what about tax on healthcare? What about the taxes and fees on healthcare? Why not get rid of those? Can't remember who was saying it, but this is what I watched yesterday.
Situation. It's from the property tax situation. It's very important given how that's pinched so many homeowners, particularly our senior citizens who have their homes paid.
Well, the thing of it is like Florida is straight up retirement state. So a lot of people, if you weren't born in Florida, a lot of people move to Florida as retirement. My grandparents did. Like a lot of old people did in the late 1900s, early 2000s. A lot of old people moved to Florida when they retired. And I mean, that's how, just kind of how it worked. A lot of old people with some type of money they built up, they don't want to be in cold states anymore. They want to be in a state where the only time they get cold is if they decide to go outside at 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning. That's when it's cold in Florida. When the sun's gone, it gets cold in Florida. It's just how it is. Literally, it's just how it is. All hot places are that way. Afghanistan in the middle of the night, you wear like all the hot weather or all the cold weather gear you can find. It is that cold. But they also have a super, super dry, sandy heat where it doesn't hit your body and register in your body the same way as humidity heat in the United States does. Like even in places like Arizona, they still have quite a bit of humidity in their air. So that hot is going to be sweltering. It's going to feel awful. And it's going to feel night and day to the heat in Afghanistan, Iraq, anywhere in the Middle East. Anywhere in the Middle East, their heat is going to be different, way different than the heat in Arizona. It's going to hit your body and register in your body way different. And your body will be confused on how to take Arizona's heat before it will be confused and figure out how to take care of the heat in Afghanistan. Even though the heat in Afghanistan is like 130 degrees in the shade. That's just how that heat works. It's super hot with no liquid in the air to create humidity. So yeah, Florida is just one of those states. It's super hot, but it's also humid, and that humidity drops drastically at night, and well, it drops drastically at night. And seeing as the sun isn't up yet, the humidity that's hung out overnight is what causes it to be extremely chilly in the morning in Florida. And that's anywhere in Florida. I've been all over Florida. I worked down there for almost like 7-8 months. It was like 6 months or so. Probably more because I went down there during the summer of 2005 or before the summer of 2005. Then my uncle and I drove back. My brother graduated. We picked him up and he came down to Florida with us. And we worked down there from then, it was like May, June, until my birthday, November 15th of 2005. So like 5-6 months And in that time, me, my brother, and my uncle were all over Florida. All over Florida. We worked for a company that they were a twofold company. Their main company and the main source of their business had come from bleachers. They were like one of Tampa's #1 bleacher company. Like they did a lot of bleachers all over Tampa and all over Florida in general. So they started another branch of their company that dealt strictly in silt fencing, which is erosion control for construction sites. And that's what we did. Drove all over Florida, equipment, sledgehammers, and smacked silt fence into the ground. And we did that for the shortest day we ever had was like 8 hours. And that was like a day we got out to a job and the whole entire job was flooded and we couldn't actually do our job. So they laid us over for a day and then brought us back. That was like an 8-hour shift. We sat outside, waiting for communication for about 3 or 4 hours. And then we went back to the hotel, sat for another 3 or 4 hours waiting to see what was going on from there. And once they said we're not going to be able to do the job today because they can't get anybody out there to drain the water, we went over to Walmart, picked up some rotisserie chicken, some tortillas, some avocados, some cervezas. We went back to the hotel, ate, and got drunk. And went home the next day. This is the first time I'd ever worked with Cubans and realized how weird those dudes were. The first time I'd ever worked with Cubans and the first time I'd ever seen people act that weird. I hadn't joined the military yet either. But yeah, like the fact that you guys have been gaming Floridian old people for this long and now you're all of a sudden Donald Trump's wanting to cancel out all these extra taxes and fees for regular people. You're like, you guys are like, you know what? That's a good idea. And nobody asks the question, then why have we been robbing them blind for the last who knows how long? It's just like nobody cared about that. They just care about the future. You know, in the future, we're just going to stop robbing old people. Like, we're starting tomorrow, though. You get all your robbing in today. Steal all you can from the old people today, because tomorrow we're starting fresh. Get the hell out of here, dude. And these people know that these taxes and this stuff is stealing. Now, you don't go out of nowhere and just say, yeah, we're going to start abolishing all these random taxes for things. If you didn't get put in your face that what you've been doing for who knows how long is direct mafia tactics. It's literally direct mafia tactics, and you guys are just now thinking like, you know what? Maybe we should stop doing some of this stuff. Like, we're looking no different than the gangs of New York. He's like, all of a sudden they're like, you know what? My heart grew 3 times the size. I think I'm going to stop robbing people, or old people at least. So dumb. Like, you guys are so hypocritical. It's funny. It cracks me up. This is like, for the last 70, 80, 100 years, they didn't think anything was wrong. But now they don't think they should be doing it anymore. Like, and you guys believe this stuff. You believe in these people and this stuff when they're literally telling you, we're sorry for stealing from you for however long. We're going to stop now. We're going to stop stealing from you with bogus taxes and fees. It's insane. And people believe it, like, yeah, abolish property tax, and not like, wait, why all of a sudden now you think it's bad? What happened 100 years ago? Like 200 years ago? Like when all this was actually bad? Like now you guys are seeing that it's bad? And people have the audacity to call me a grifter. Like, really? Every politician ever has shown how big of grifters they are. It's like, and nobody wants to pay attention to that. Why pay attention to the politician who's lying right to your face and stealing your money out of your pocket? Pay attention. Pay attention. And they're stealing your money right from your pocket. But no, get mad at your neighbor for being mad at the government. I think this was somebody attacking veterans and benefits of veterans.
Does not take care. I wholeheartedly believe that the reason the government does not take
Oh no,
care
this is nah. I actually do believe this. Part of the reason the government leaves veterans out to dry is because of that. Because if veterans were to stand with the resistance, the government, they would have no chance. Like, even the military behind the government would stand no chance if every single veteran was in a place to be able to stand with the resistance. You keep veterans struggling. Basically, you keep them like they were in the military. You keep them struggling. You keep them angry, malnourished, uninsured, and thinking they're going to die at any moment in time. You keep them at that constant state of anxiety and panic. You disallow them from being able to pay attention to anything else that's going on. Because they're in this constant state of fear of dropping dead because they can't afford something. They're struggling, or PTSD. They have no personal possessions and money and shit like that. Because contrary to popular belief, the moment you get out of the military, if you don't go and start turning everything in and you start getting your receipts for it all being turned in, the government will tank your finances. They purposely will tank your finances. And even if, and to be honest, I say it's because I didn't turn in all my gear and my stuff. I'd say that because I didn't turn in any of my. They sent me home. They sent me home. Didn't tell me anywhere to go to turn in my stuff. They just sent me home. They didn't give me anything from there. And then almost the next day, I'm watching my credit tank, wondering, I literally just got home. I haven't even had time to unpack, let alone start putting myself into debt. But it was because of that. They purposely don't want you to take anything so that they can tank your finances, keep you in that constant state of panic and disarray and struggle, so that if a resistance pops up, you can't afford to do any of that, because this stuff, resistances cost. They don't just cost lives and time. No, they take resources to do. And if a soldier has no resources, they can't pay attention to anything other than trying to find resources. So I believe this. I never thought about it this way, but this is wholeheartedly true.
Our veterans better is because keeping our veterans in a place where they're constantly having to survive instead of thrive means that they are far less likely to be able to participate in a form of resistance against the government. And I think that
I don't want to hear this.
In a resistance would be.
I don't want to hear this. You're lucky that you were taking. You're a one shot. You're a single entity. This doesn't happen regularly. And I would like this. I would go to say, you got government wiener all up in your mouth. You still carry the government wiener all up in your mouth. So I don't want to hear a lot. This was made by somebody who doesn't understand the plethora of that bullshit. I've applied for those veterans benefits. I get told every single time that I don't have enough time in service. I didn't do enough in the military. So bullshit, shut the fuck up. Chris, no, not listed, shut up. Shut the fuck up. I live in a house and I was able to buy with no money down. That's because you gobbed the stopper of the government and you promised to continue to gob stop it. So shut up. Shut the fuck up. You're moot in this conversation. If you hear these words and they don't actually apply to you, then they probably don't apply to you. You're a gobstopper for the fucking government, and you still are out here gobstopping for their agendas. So I don't want to fucking hear it. You're just lucky enough that your veteran benefits were accepted by an entity of the government. A lot of us don't get that fucking luxury. As a matter of fact, I know combat veterans that basically had to go to war with the government to get fucking anything. As a matter of fact, he had to purposely put himself into homelessness in order to get disability. He had to take him and his children, the stipulation was that he himself had to claim homelessness for a year. He didn't have to do it with his children, but he himself had to claim homelessness. So you know what he had to do every single night? He couldn't stay with his kids. No, every single night he had to take his children to his mother's house, drop them off, say goodnight, and take himself to a homeless shelter. And now he got dropped off at a homeless shelter because that was the stipulation the government required of him, a combat veteran of multiple tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. That was what was required of him by his fucking government for all the hard work and service that he put into his country. So I don't want to hear you, Chris Not Listed. Fuck you. You are not part of this conversation. So sit your fucking privileged fucking ass down and shut it up, you face. Because nobody fucking wants to hear it. Oh, you typed all these words. Somebody should listen. The 159 fucking people that like it. Only 152 fucking retards know what the fuck you're talking about. Which is nothing. It's fucking gobbledygook gibberish. You're lucky. You're fucking lucky. Because a lot of us are this way. This is the fucking lot of us. This right here. Not Chris No Listed life lived. No, we get to live in this. This right here. So Chris Not Listed, sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up, and pray to your God that you get the privilege you have. You should be talking about how privileged you are and not having to deal with this. That's what you should be saying. Not out here fucking discounting what other veterans are actually living through. And I'm not even fucking one. I'm completely removed from that because I don't consider myself a veteran. I don't consider myself a veteran at all because I didn't use my military service. I trained it. I ingrained it. I lived it day and night, but I didn't actually use it. I wasn't actually shot at in combat. But I know well more than a handful that I can fucking count that live through this every day. And I know even more live through this every single day across the fucking country. Just because you're like these dick-sucking ass people that kept the government dick in your mouth for your entire lives doesn't mean the government ain't shitting on the fucking rest of us. So she 100% based. And in my opinion, she knows more than she's actually saying. If she can see that, I wonder what else she knows. I wonder what else she's seen and thought of. The veterans hadn't even fucking looked at because, again, we're in a constant state of fucking panic and terror all the fucking time. Per the government, what they want. And you know what they keep doing over and over and over again? They know the younger generation are not helpful in military service. They're not. They're all a bunch of college-bound children who want to use that soldier status as a way to get ahead in life. They know that. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't keep increasing the age to go back into the military. or to go into the military. They wouldn't keep raising that and then keep raising the age for people who were in the military who have prior service to go back in. I can still go back in. That's how much they've raised that age limit. It used to be 35 years old, you couldn't go into the military. Then it changed to 38. Then it changed to 39. I haven't looked into it now, but they're probably trying to keep it the same, just so they don't come out and like it's not apparent that their whole point of keep raising that age is because they're trying to keep actual soldiers in the military or get us back in the military, because they know a bunch of us joined the military and we're old now. We're all fucking old, but we're all fucking good soldiers. We're fucking fantastic soldiers. So they keep raising the age limit because they're like, well, you can still come back in. We have no hard feelings, even though we treated you like complete fucking dirt and shit while you were here. We have no hard feelings. You just got to apologize to us for being yourself. This is why these fucking people keep raising the age of military and law enforcement service, because they see the younger generation as fucking useless. And they need us back in it. They need us. The people who are within 35 to 40 years old, 35 to 45 years old, you got to encompass pretty much the entirety of the 1980s. Because somehow, the people of the fucking 1980s, the real good people of the fucking 1980s, are the ones that are fixing this shit. We're the ones that somehow are fixing all this fucking shit. We're fixing the shit that our parents and our grandparents are fucking up. Why is it our generation is tasked to take care of? Oh, that's right. You hate China, but you love how their society runs. Old people, they fuck everything up for their entire lives. Then they get to go and retire, sit in a fucking home for the next 30 years until they die, while we continue to take care of them and fix the fuck-ups. Makes sense. Makes sense. That's why you guys hate China. Because they're not American. Not because you don't like their values or their government or anything like that. No, you don't like China because they're not American. Because you guys love using their fucking, how their society runs. You fucking love using the shit they use in their society. Making young people take care of you old fucking decrepit fucking people. It's literally the Chinese fucking society. Like, we don't want to take care of you motherfuckers anymore. You guys have all the money. You have all the stuff and all the power. Take care of your fucking selves. Oh, that's right. You can't. Because you realize it gets to a point where you can't take care of yourselves. And you're just spilling all the beans. Joe Biden like. Pentagon on Tuesday confirmed it directed a review of women's effectiveness in ground combat roles after nearly a decade of them serving in such jobs. The move follows Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's September announcement that newly proposed military fitness standards may exclude women from certain combat roles. I would say it's probably more along the lines of roles that fit under infantry, like any staying in the field for elongated periods of time. I would assume that's where women don't qualify. Because again, it's not about you not being able to do it. It's because of what your body does in a month's time. Men's bodies don't do this on the hormonal scale throughout a month. Women's bodies do. Women's bodies do this hormonal thing throughout a month where they secrete hormones from their skin. And dogs, they have really good sense of smells. They can literally pick up those pheromones and those hormones anywhere. Women are the ones that give off the pheromones and the hormones to men for mating. Do men give off pheromones and hormones when they're ready to mate? No, they don't. Women do. Men can keep their smell at bay. Women cannot. Women cannot keep the thing their body does without their knowledge. You can't keep that under control. It's a lot harder for a woman to keep it under control than it is for a man. So when a unit or a fire team or somebody's got to go out to a field, literally go out into the field for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, and they're literally having to live as nomadic people in combat situations, that gets you killed if you can be tracked. Any bit of being tracked. Women cannot do these roles because of biology. It's biology. It's not misogyny. It's not sexism. It's biology. It's chemistry. It's science. And we all know there's going to be a bunch of fat-bodied fucking women who shouldn't even be allowed to join the military, who are going to be up in arms about it. You're stopping women from doing things. Ah! No, we're stopping you, Miss 300 pounds of fatty cakes. We're stopping you. And again, there should be no fat people in the military. Sorry to say, if you're fat and you're in the military, you're wrong. Well, I'm not fat. This is all muscle. No, you're fat. You're fucking fat. If you run 13 miles and your face looks slimmer than it did 13 miles ago, then you're fat. A skinny person's body doesn't shift and change as they exercise that much. You won't see an extreme change physically in a fucking skinny person's body or someone who's athletic outside of you see the muscles start to build. You see the intensity of the muscles stacking on. So if you're fat, you'll see extreme changes in physical appearance when you start exercising. So no, you're not big boned. You're not husky. You're fat. You're addicted to food and you're fat. It's no way around it. Eating is your number one pastime. So there should be no fat people in the military at all. And then guess what? If you get fat while you're in the military, you get Article 15 because you've damaged government property now. If I can get a fucking Article 15 from shaving, then you should be able to get an Article 15 for being fat. And I don't give a fuck. Oh, I'm an officer. My job is to sit behind it. If you got fat sitting behind a desk, you cannot lead me. You cannot lead me. There should be no fat people in the fucking military. And the fact that there fucking is why our military has to do all this shit to make themselves look tough. To hide all the fucking fat people in the back row. There should be no fat people in the military. You should be able to pass your PT test with flying fucking colors. Maybe the only thing you struggle with is push-ups and sit-ups, and that's because those two are technique. Those are literally technique. Push-ups and sit-ups are all technique. Well, fat people can't do it. Exactly. If you're so fat that you can't do push-ups and sit-ups by manipulating your technique, then you should not be in the armed forces. You should not be tasked with standing on any lines protecting this country. Because you may as well be a door with no handle that can be pushed open. Well, it's not that hard to knock me. I promise you, put me in front of you, you're on your fucking ass. Fucking fast. Fat people should not be in the fucking military. Women should not be in infantry combat roles. At all. Well, I'm really good at that. You might be really good at shooting guns and military tactics and all this stuff, but you go out to the field for a month and you get all those people fucking killed. That's how it works. You can't control science because you think you're good at it. I'm good at the military, but you can't control science. And it will prove it to you when your whole fucking team gets killed. Because the dogs are tracking your pheromones. That's how it works. You don't get to fucking say, I think I would be a great soldier and become a combat soldier. No. Stop this. Stop this fucking liberal fucking policy on thinking everybody can do what everybody else is doing. This is why we're all fucked. We got retards doing everything. And it is that. I literally just fucking said it. I fucking said it. I goddamn said it. And people will argue with me, no, women are really good at infantry. Then why are the performance levels so fucking low then? They perform well in support roles in combat, but anything with infantry, not so much. Not so much when it comes to actual infantry. Not so much. That's sexist and misogynist. Of course Donald Trump would be believing that. All the people surrounding him believe that. Women don't belong in fucking combat roles in the military. You want to be a fucking medic and go out there and take care of soldiers? Fine. But I do not want you at my back knowing that we're being tracked by a fucking dog. Because that's exactly what happens. Exactly what happens. And if you think it doesn't, then you need to join the military so you can learn a thing or two about a thing or two. "100% agree. Women do not belong in combat roles." No, sex. All right, so now we're off that. Yeah, and this is one of those things. If you're going to talk about what she was at home, then talk about what she also was while she was out in public. Because that wasn't her. This image you see was not her. She was not her. I've seen all of the videos. And as much as people want to say, yeah, that's the government using AI, of course they're going to use AI. No, that's you all using AI to try to make the government look bad. No, I've seen all of the videos from all the angles and all the people who's been releasing them. She was paid to be there, put her life at risk for an agenda pushed by a politician. Let's not be coy about it. This lady was pushed into her death. They banked on her not really understanding the law. They banked on it, which is why they paid them. These people are paid. There is a lot of money flowing through this stuff. So while it is a terrible tragedy that it happened, don't get sucked in by this shit, because this is another fucking thing for them to use to cover up some other shit. It's a distraction. It's a fucking distraction. Well, then you're saying it didn't happen. No, I'm not saying it didn't fucking happen. I'm saying it's being blown up like it is to be used as a distraction so we're stop paying attention to other shit. That's what it is. It's being propped up for all eyes to see for a fucking reason. And that reason is Iran falling. Donald Trump and all of his threats against Iran, but somehow the citizens are literally taking back the fucking country right now. Nobody's talking about that. You got Fox News hinting at it and talking about some stuff with it. You got CNN that's backhanding all these people's fucking struggles. Then you got CBS and ABC that's right on the other side of CNN, smacking the fuck out of these people and taking away what they're fighting for. So no, that's why it's a distraction. Because they don't want you actually looking in directions that matter. Oh yeah, I wanted to watch this to see if they actually, because they said he's already he said he's not guilty. Then I guess he gave a statement. Now that is true though. It's sarcasm, but it is legit true. Because that's what Democrat liberal policies do. They release people out without a bond and let them terrorize the streets. This is the New York way. And this is no matter what policy. I don't care. Left, right, center, green, blue, purple. All their policies are this. Find a way to get them on the streets, to cause havoc on the streets so we can push an agenda in another direction. That right there. It's sarcasm because you got to do that. You got to say it's sarcasm because people come for you, which is probably what these 21 comments are.
Had the right to potentially be released on bail. Maduro said he was unaware of those rights, and it struck me that...
I mean, he runs a country where people don't have rights. So do you think he's going to know about rights that Americans have when it comes to a court of law? No. No, he's not. He's a dictator. That's how they work and operate. Why are you guys acting surprised? Again, all show, man. You can tell this is all show. These news networks act surprised with the stupidest stuff. Like, oh, Maduro didn't know he had rights here in the United States, but he doesn't have U.S. rights. He has the rights with international stuff when it comes to international laws and bringing people to justice under international law. He doesn't have what a normal American citizen's rights would be in the court of law. He has rights in the court of law, but that's based on international law. They're not going to be the same. And to say that this guy has a possibility to get out on bail, fucking no. Absolutely not. You snatched this fucking guy up in the middle of the night on the guise that he's one of the worst people on earth right now, and you're saying that you want to let him free in New York? You got to be serious with this stuff, man. You can't just say stuff and then expect nobody to listen to it. He should not have the ability to be able to get bail, to post bail. No. Because posting bail just means he's allowed to kind of go free in the United States. If he's free in the United States, what the fuck? No, he should not have the ability to post bail. He should, if he's being charged with all these international crimes, then he should be sitting in prison. Sit there until court or whatever. There should be he should be able to apply for bail. No, he does not. He does not should not get any right to apply for bail. You guys are calling him the worst person on earth, but saying that it might be okay for him to post bail and just roam American streets. How stupid is that? Because it's not like you post bail and you go to another place and hang out there. until your court dates and stuff. It's just, that's not how that works. You post bail, you're free to roam the streets until your court dates. So no, he does not belong on fucking American streets if you guys are painting him as the worst person next to Kim Jong-un. Like, that's what I'm saying. This is all fucking theater. It's all theater. It's not fucking real. And these people will game and josh and con us until we die. The stupidest shit I've ever heard. He didn't know he could possibly apply for bail. He shouldn't be allowed to. Like, at all. He's being charged with international crimes. He should not be able to post bail in the United States of America.
Very different legal system, because it seemed like he had never even conjured the notion that he's entitled to an attorney, he may be able to apply for bail, and he has the right to use to stay silent. Interestingly, he said after the judge.
And even then, like, why are we reading Miranda rights offered to people who were charged or arrested in our country? Why are we reading and offering Miranda rights to, again, the worst person on earth? Oh my God, he's such a terrible dictator. He's the worst dictator ever. Oh my God. But you're going to allow him to apply for bail and roam our American streets. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a ton of sense. I love it. I love our justice system. It's so great. It's so great. And these idiots, I want President Trump. And you got the idiots on the other side, like Kamala Harris would have done so much better. It's all fucking theater, dude. It's all theater. It's so fake and so fucking gay. It's so stupid. It's all theater, and we're being parodied on. Like,
off the shelf.
And it's not just the United States. The entire world is being parodied on by their fucking leaders. And people are just saying, nah, it's not that bad. It's like, no, it is. Our leaders are fucking gaming us right in our faces. We just slurp it up. Slurp it up like pasta.
That had been secretly altered in order to read the cards in the deck, predict which player at the table had the best poker hand, and relay that information to an off-site operator. Defendants used other cheating technologies such as poker chip tray analyzers, which is a
the X-ray table is fucking crazy though.
Cards, using a hidden camera.
The X-ray table. That's some villain shit. Some James Bond villain shit. Like, you see, like, at the spot where the cards lay, like the whole entire table is you can see through it. That's some James Bond level villain stuff right there. Oh, it's crazy.
Contact lenses or eyeglasses that
but hey, gambling isn't that bad, right?
could read pre-marked cards, and an X-ray.
That's actually super old. Like, many of TV shows have used the glasses and the marking on the cards, because there are glasses that can read infrared and can read ultraviolet, and you can use those frequencies to mark things. And that's what people were doing. This is old. This marking of the cards with shit to be able to see with glasses, this is super old. That's fucking old school. This is some new age tech. This is new age tech. That's some new age James Bond villain shit. But the card marking, that's fucking old. Like, mad old. Some places, like, there's TV shows that have explored the multitude of ways that people were marking cards. Some using, like I said, a liquid that can be read by a pair of glasses that can only see specific frequencies. They mark the cards with it and rub their necks, mark like a baseball player used to do with the spitballs. They rub that concoction on somewhere, and you'd see him rub it all the time. The one guy with the neck thing. Every time he'd go to pitch, he'd rub his neck. Rub his neck. And then they found out that's where the dude had his substance. He had it on the back of his neck. So every time he ran his hand up on his neck, he'd get it on his fingers and just run it on the ball and grease the ball, which would give him the ability to, like, it would release out of his hands in a more controlled manner. He could control the ball a lot better and basically become a computer in calculation on how fast that ball can be thrown. Baseball players have been doing it forever. The marking, that's old school baseball tactics, even probably before baseball. This is crazy. That is crazy.
A table that could read cards face down. The scheme targeted victims known as, quote, fish, who were often lured to participate in these rigged games by the chance to play alongside former professional athletes who were known as, quote, face cards. Once the game was underway, the defendants fleeced the victims out of tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars per game.
On the first day of 2026, some individual has challenged us to our first hide and seek.
The defendants used a variety of very sophisticated cheating technologies. They used off-the-shelf shuffling machines that had been secretly altered in order to read the cards in the deck, predict which player at the table had the best poker hand, and relay that information to an off-site operator. Defendants used other cheating technologies such as poker chip tray analyzers, which is a poker chip tray that secretly reads cards using a hidden camera, special contact lenses or eyeglasses that could read pre-marked cards.
Yeah, that's old. That shit's old school tactics. Some of that's old school tactics. This stuff is the new school shit. This is new school. It makes me wonder how much research went into trying to figure out how to do this. Especially getting it to where, like, nobody happens to go under the table and see, like, holy shit, I can see everybody's cards under here. This is one of those things, because this, you can see this person's taking a picture of it. It looks like an image of it being shot from underneath. And this person seems to be taking a picture of it on screen. Or, I mean, shit, they could have the actual table propped up sideways with cards glued to them to show that you can see straight through that table into those cards. The table's not transparent, but it's got an ability that when you set a card down, it reveals the cards.
You can see by the tag here on a beautiful mural of Okeechobee County that's been here since 1996. We will find you, and the challenge has been.
That last one, he trolled him. What'd you say? Hold your hand. That ain't that scary. You're just going to jail for. I don't even know what that would it be. Defacing public property, or would it be vandalism? Because they essentially did paint over something that was legally allowed to be there, so they could get him with vandalism. Vandalism and defacing public property or government property. If the government, that little town's government, are the ones that contracted for that to be put up there. You little snoozer button. Love this. He got done cleaning himself and he's all plopped out. Love him. I just happened to look over. Yeah, they might get that guy for vandalism, defacing government property. They might get some good hefty charges stacked to him. which will not be good for his record going forward. Hooded Horse has declared a full ban on AI use in its projects, calling generative AI cancerous and choosing to keep development human-driven. The company's stance adds fuel to the ongoing industry debate. There is no debate. The people that are butthurt about fucking AI, do you really think these companies are going to abandon something they dumped millions into? You may hear them say they will, but they will not adhere to it because they know that it's a very important tool. And then people whining, they're just talking about generative AI. People's lack of understanding on how AI has been part of is astounding. Yeah, you're right. Actually, that was one of the good comments. The other one was somebody saying that AI is stealing. Theft isn't a tool, dumbass. If you think AI is theft, you're an absolute moron. And it's just that. Anybody that's used AI for creation, any type of creation, knows that it doesn't go out and find things that it can do to add to your photo. No, it uses a bunch of default parametered stuff to put together for whatever you're asking it to do. And as a matter of fact, I had to go in and tell it, use my photo, because I gave it an image to put on my thumbnails and said, I don't care what you do with the background, but put me in the photo. It wouldn't put me in it as the main body. It kept putting me in the background, just putting me in, it's like duplicating me all over the place. And I had to tell it, these thumbnails are mine. These videos are mine. This is my stuff. I'm the creator of this stuff. Use my image. Then it finally started making images and thumbnails with me in them. But before, it literally goes out and just uses little parameter here, a little parameter there. It's not actually taking content from people's stuff and doing it. It's taking what you asked it to do and going in and finding things that are like what you asked it. If you're asking it to build an image, it's going to go out and find millions of little pieces that fit in what you're asking it to do. And it's going to take all that, drop it into a meat grinder, and turn it into ground beef. That's how AI and generative AI works. It's not going out and stealing someone, like straight up snatching someone's stuff. So if you think that generative AI is stealing and AI tools are stealing, you're retarded. Because it's the people who have taught those models who were the ones doing the stealing. The AI itself isn't doing the stealing. The people who taught those models are doing the stealing. And if you don't believe me, ask Facebook. Ask Facebook how much money they had to pay. Or they might still be in litigation over it. They might still be in litigation over it. Because Facebook is in trouble because they torrented, their people have said it, they torrented I don't even know the size, a massive amount of texts to teach their AI model. That's how the AI model at Facebook works. It was taught all these texts that were illegally acquired by Facebook's people, humans. Human beings are the ones that did that. Because, I mean, if generative AI itself was stealing, Facebook could have just created the AI and said, hey, go out to the internet and find any and all texts you can and learn them. Learn all the texts. This is where you go, and just gives them a link. And then it gave AI the choice to go out and steal it all. No, that's not how it works. AI is taught. They're like children. They are infants and children. They have to be taught everything. And it's only when you've taught them enough that they can stand up and walk on their own little feet. but someone has to steal it first to teach AI. Sorry. Not sorry. Find something you're more intelligent in, because AI isn't it. And any of these gaming companies that are saying they're banning AI, you don't have to lie to us. Just don't say that you don't use AI. Really, that's what it boils down to. Don't say you don't use AI. Nobody will care, and because nobody will know. You think all these idiot people can actually play your game and tell what's AI and what's not? If somebody didn't come out and say that Embark Studios used AI, no one would have said anything about it. No one would have fucking even thought about it. But you guys came out and said we used AI, generative AI, and some concept art, and we use the text to speech stuff as AI. And that's why people are mad. Oh my God, they say that they aren't using AI, even though they never said that. They just never said that they weren't using AI. They didn't tell us they were using AI. This is all AI. It's a bad game. This was insane. We got to watch it. It's not graphic, but that's insane. Someone lobbed an explosive at her. Yeah, I saw that yesterday. Like, what the hell? I'm glad she survived. That's insane. All right, so that's those are the poop posts. Posts I saved while pooping. Let's go through X. See what X is talking about. Oh, flipping through somebody's phone. Go figure. I don't give a shit what Bill Gates is doing. That dude should be locked up. He should be locked up for his crimes against humanity. Damn. Now he's like, man, next customer. It's going to be a long day, Cotton. 14-year-old special needs girl found living alone with 7 dogs, 1 dead. Damn. I mean, look at them. They look like dope heads, man. They look like dope heads. Oh, I've actually seen that. They pop that dude. Comes tumbling down the stairs. Shut up, dude. Shut up. Don't act like it's because of the mods. No. It is a sales tactic. They don't release games on PC day one. It's because they want all the PC players that don't have consoles to go out and buy a console so that they can be part of the world day one. Then they port it to PC because they know all those PC players really want to play it on PC. Like there's a reason we build PCs, because we want to play video games on PCs. So they release it a year or two later for the PC so that they can actually charge PC players another $100+ for the same exact game. No changes, just graphically different. That's why. Because they've just made the industry $1,000+ per person. So that's why. It's not because of the mods. As a matter of fact, mods are the only reason some of these games survive as long as they do. Do you think if Skyrim didn't have people making mods for it, that it would still be one of the top played games today? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But the fact that you can put mods in the game is why it's still one of the top played games so many years later, more than a decade later. Mods are why these games survive well past their lifespan. These companies use it as a tactic. Not the mod stuff. They use this, well, it's so much harder to do the game on PC than it is to do it for consoles. Even though the game is made, built on a computer, top to bottom, built on a computer, ported to the console, tested, and then released there. They have the PC port already done. It's already done. It's how they made the console ones. Like, they didn't instantly go in and code Xbox GTA 6. No, they went and built GTA 6 and hashed it for these consoles. So don't think that it's the mods. Don't let idiot ass people make you believe it's the mods. They might maybe memeing it. Yeah, it's funny because this is what an idiot would think. They don't release things on day one to PC because of the mods. But the smart gamers and the smart people actually know why they do it. We know why they do it. And it's not because of the mods. Sure as shit ain't because of mods. Yeah, and see, this is actually a major problem with these gig jobs. Because I've had people try to do it with groceries and do it with food. Because even the photo, that shit don't matter. These people that do this stuff don't require some type of integrity check to make sure the food was actually dropped off. A lot of these people don't do that so that they can turn right around and say, oh, the driver stole my food. So hell yeah. Because they can charge you for stealing the food.
Hi, good. I delivered food here yesterday from Chipotle, and you put down that I didn't deliver it to you because I just got fired from my job. Yeah.
You hear it in her voice. You literally hear it in her voice. The panic, as if she didn't think the dude was gonna fucking come back and like, hey, you serious, lady? Are you fucking serious?
This is my only source of income. I do this all day. Now I'm fired from my job because you want your $10 burrito? No. Are you out of your mind? Who does this? Who does that? You got me fired. Like, I need the corporate number or something because I need to get your ass fired. Does anyone have a corporate number? You have one?
I'll contact
She's required to give it.
Yeah. All right, you want to say that you got your food?
I'll contact them,
But what?
You can tell this scummy ass bitch did that. You can fucking tell. And what you don't understand is no matter if you wear that mask or not, your tattoos are easily identifiable. Your tattoos make you easily identifiable. How do I know? Because the government knows about mine. And if my tattoos were to pop up in anywhere for anything, they'd be knocking on my door. They can track your tattoos right the fuck to you. If you don't think that that's possible, again, probably stop doing drugs. Stop doing drugs if you don't think your tattoos can be tracked right the fuck to you. They can be tracked to your tattoo artist. You all think you're so intelligent, but this right here is why you're not. This is right here. Because all I needed to do was see her tatted up arm and know for a fact that if she didn't actually comply and say that she got her food when she knows she did, it would be a bad news bears for her. Legally, it would be bad news bears. Because she's hiding her face, doesn't matter. Your tattoos will get you caught. And they don't need them on record. They don't. They really don't. You reverse image searching is like the easiest thing to do nowadays. And all somebody has to do is take a screenshot of your tattoos, post that into a search engine, and reverse image search it and find every connecting image to it. And guess what? You will be found out instantly. Because I bet you this is pretty much advertising on her social media. This tattoo on her arm is used as tons of social media advertising to get people to follow her. But what her followers don't know is she's a scummy, scammy, thieving ass bitch.
Did you get your food or what?
How are you?
I even called my lawyer. He told me I can call the cops because it's theft. It's theft. Are you going to say you got your food or not? Or should I call the cops?
Call the fucking cops.
Stealing. Yeah, you are stealing. Yeah, who does that? Who fucking raised your ass? Who raised you?
Yes! Go after the parents! Go after the parents! Make her feel so tiny! So fucking tiny! Smush her down to the tiny little speck of cockroach shit she is. People like that are cockroach poop. Not even good enough to be the entire cockroach. They're the poop that the cockroach spits out of their butt. Go after her parents. Who raised you? Obviously nobody worth anything.
Piece of trash. That's what you are. Trash. Are you the manager? Can I help you? Yeah, I delivered food here yesterday from Chipotle on DoorDash. I DoorDash all day. That's my main source of income. That's all I do. And this girl, I deliver it to her, and then she went on DoorDash and put down that I didn't deliver it here. So then this morning I wake up to go DoorDash, and I'm fired because of her, because she said I didn't deliver it. I would never do that. I handed it right to her. That's the girl.
And that's right there. That right there. They do that shit too. Because they know there's very little integrity checks when you hand it to somebody. Very little integrity checks. There's absolutely none when it comes to handing stuff to somebody. It's literally their word against yours. And seeing as DoorDash and these companies will believe these people over the people that fucking work for them, even with all the evidence this dude probably has. He probably has the GPS tracking information that shows him leave the place, come right to this place, mark it as delivered. And even then, here's an idea, DoorDash, Postmates, all you delivery people, here's an idea. If the customer says, I didn't get my stuff, then probably start looking into the delivery history of that person that delivered it. Because you won't find it just that's the only time they've done that. If they're actually stealing, it will not just show up one time. There will be a pattern of it. Over and over and over again. This stuff doesn't happen out of the blue. This guy just doesn't wake up yesterday, decide he wants to steal, and then say, nah, I don't need to do this no more. I'm going to steal this meal today. If you see that he delivered all day long and nothing came up missing but that one meal, I doubt he's stealing the food. Really, I doubt it. And if you can actually go in and see the GPS tracking information to know that he was at the location. So this is on DoorDash. This is on DoorDash and on these people. DoorDash and these companies should be in so much trouble for this shit that it's not even funny. It shouldn't even be funny how much trouble they're in for this shit, because this isn't just one. This is across the board. These scummy, scammy, dirty fucking people can do this exact thing over and over every single day, and the dashers are the ones that have to fucking prove that they didn't steal the food. Even though their entire history of dashing, they've never stolen anything once. Well, sometimes they deliver it to the wrong place. That doesn't mean they stole it, you fucking retard. It just means that they're kind of illiterate and can't read fucking house numbers and street signs. That doesn't mean they stole it. It means they need training on how to identify homes and addresses. So I wouldn't, to be honest, if I was this guy, I wouldn't accept a single fucking word that manager says, and I would just call the cops.